I'm Adam.
And I'm Sugar.
And this is Where There's a Williams, There's a Way. Hey, Sugar, is there a specific part of your body that you really love?
Absolutely. I would have to say it's my big, strong paws. They're perfectly designed to help me break through the ice and scoop up chunks of it. I can use them to dig into the snow and uncover even more ice when I want a little treat.
They must be quite handy for catching fish, too, right?
You're absolutely right, Adam. My paws are not only great for ice, but they also come in handy when I'm hunting for fish. They make it so much easier to grab slippery fish out of the water.
In today's book, Bigfoot really loves his fur. Maybe a bit too much. Let's get started. I Love My Fur by Kelly Leigh Miller. Hey Bigfoot, your fur looks beautiful today.
What, mine? No way.
Yes way. It's so thick and shiny. The most beautiful ever.
Really?
I love my fur. It's so fluffy. It's so soft. It's the most beautiful fur anyone's ever seen. Everyone agrees. It's all anyone wants to talk about. Have you seen my new book?
Did you see my fur today?
Yes.
I remember one time when I found this huge chunk of ice, and it was the perfect spot for me to relax and cool off. But then, some other polar bears came along and wanted to join me. I didn't want to share my special ice spot, so I growled at them and chased them away. Later, I felt guilty because I realized I should have been more welcoming and shared the ice.
When I was a kid, I had this amazing collection of comic books, and one day a friend came over and saw them. He was so excited and asked me if he could borrow some to read, but for some reason I hesitated and told him they were off limits. I could see the disappointment in his eyes, and I felt really awful about it later.
It's hard when you have something special and you're not sure if you want to share it.
I don't think the rainbow fish feels guilty at all.
How selfish, or should I say, shellfish.
I try my best to help others.
Maybe if you brush your fur every day, it will look like mine. You should wear your hair down the way I do. If you condition it, your hair will be as soft as mine. I don't have hair.
My hair is snakes.
Bigfoot, I think it's time for a fur cut.
Mother, fur this beautiful should never be cut. Never, ever, ever. Show and tell. Yes, everyone loves my fur. Have you ever found happiness sharing something?
There was this one time.
Let me guess. Was it ice?
You got it. Ice, ice, and more ice. There's just something magical about it. The way it feels under my paws and the way it cools me down on a hot day. It's pure bliss.
Sometimes the things that bring happiness to us can intersect. Once I took my class on a field trip to the zoo, and we happened to visit your enclosure.
Oh, I remember that day. It was so much fun watching all the kids come by. They were fascinated by the ice in my enclosure, just like me. We even got to share a moment when I playfully splashed them with water from my pool, and they laughed so hard.
The kids couldn't stop talking about it for weeks. It was a perfect blend of your love for ice and their curiosity. That shared experience created so much happiness. Bigfoot, your fur. Your beautiful fur.
Enough about my beautiful fur. How's your turtle? How's your game?
How's your fang? I still love my fur. It's so shiny, it's so soft, but I also love what my friends like to do.
You know, sometimes sharing can be pretty tough.
I know what you mean. Sharing can be a real challenge, even for us adults. What's your story?
Well, one time when I was a cub, I found this delicious fish by the river. It was like a bear's dream come true. But my sibling Frost wanted some too. I hesitated at first, but then I decided to share the fish with Frost.
That was very kind of you, Sugar. So, how did it turn out?
Oh, it turned out great. We had a feast together, and it was so much more fun to share. Plus, Frost and I became even closer after that day.
Speaking of that, if you feel like this video has brought us closer, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'm Adam.
And I'm Sugar.
And this is Where There's a Williams, There's a Way. Did you know porcupines have several types of hair? They have a coat of dark underfur, white or yellow-tipped guard hairs, and hollowed barbed quills. Quills are modified hair that porcupines cannot shoot but rather drive into would-be predators when attacked.